Hello, Mustang. Michael here, and it's Saturday, and as promised, I'm going to play the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Stanley Parable Ultra, well, before Ultra Deluxe, the original Stanley Parable was a free Half-Life 2 mod back in the day, and I played it sometime around then for a couple of hours, but there's so much to see. I think there are almost 20 different endings, and the Ultra Deluxe version adds a lot of stuff that I've never seen before, so let's go. Hi, Arthur. Good morning. How are you? How's your Saturday going? Hi, Mrs. Muss. Crows. There's 2 developers in this game. Yep. Davey Reedon. And please enter the current time. Evan, what's up? It is currently 7:02 in the AM here in Los Angeles. Mine's kicking off pretty good. I've been looking forward to this. Oh, wait, hang on. Yes? Before we get started, can I just say something? Yeah, sure. Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you've booted up the game. Okay. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at midnight and call it a day. Or noon. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. Okay. What's up, Rudy Groody, my man? Evan, I don't play Call of Duty, but I got no problem with it. It's a good game. I have in the past, but I don't play a lot of that stuff right now. Hi, George. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Yeehaw, good day. Happy Saturday, everybody. Glad to have you in. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead. Pick whichever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. Okay. I like this game's attitude. All right, I'll let you get back to the video game now. Thank you. Good luck with that, Evan. I'm sure he will be here at some point, but the unknown noob plays a lot of Black Ops. You are playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Let me just make sure that we've got some settings right. Mostly around audio. 85 is fine for audio. And Enigma. And I want to make sure I put on the subtitles are on. Okay, cool. Let's begin. The end is never the end is never the end.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Rudy, that's great.
One day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so again, this was originally a free mod for Half-Life 2, and you can see these are assets from Half-Life 2. All these desks and stuff. I don't think they, in the originals, I don't think they even changed it. And there was a big movement, I think it was called Machinima, where people used the Half-Life 2 engine to make like animated series, you know, kind of like short videos and stuff. So kind of cool. Yes, we need a room full of post-it notes. George, I could read that in a British accent.
All his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So you can do whatever you want. This is, Rudy, to your point, you can just do whatever you want. There's 19 or 20 different ways of completing the game, maybe more in the Ultimate Edition. But there's stuff to see all over this game, and I'm just going to I'm going to follow the instructions for this first round, at least for a little while, and just see what happens, because I don't think I've ever done that. The narrator will tell me where to go, and we'll see what happens. That looks like a meeting room. I mean, it's a pretty ghetto meeting room. It's just 3 rolling chairs, but not the same developers.
Nope. To a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
It's the same game engine as Half-Life 2, but it was free. So it was like Valve, the company that made Half-Life 2, just allowed people to use the Half-Life 2 engine. I can't remember what it's called right now, but this was developed by 2 people, and it originally was written and developed by just one. I think his last name is Reedon, and then a second person. So it said to take the door on the left, and this is a good example of in this game when you can decide to go the opposite way, but I'm going to take the door on the left. Let's see where the narrator wants me to go. It's a little odd, the door closed behind me. And there are little things to not pick up, but to see. See, like here's a door with no numbers on it. Can't go in there. Ah, the meeting room. Awesome.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Hey, Pavel. How to solve a dispute with your coworker. Let it ball up inside of you. Oops. Using slides to assure employees that everything's okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on the text. This will ensure a calm and productive work environment. Everyone is unique. You, most of all. I love this. To do, synergize core value expenditures, shift global market parade, monetize free to play. That's great. Not bad. Thank you guys for liking the video. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. What do people want? Things. Happy feelings. Violent James, you're fired. Money, more money, things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs about things and money. Oda, good day to you, sir. All right, moving on. Wait a minute. That's a type of subtitle I don't want. Can I turn that off? Yep. Don't need translation labels. I speak the language. I'm gonna stay out of there.
Coming to a staircase,
Stanley walked
upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Let's see what the boss is up to. Oh, beautiful, fancy. Random user. How you doing? Executive bathroom. Yeah, I think you're just in time. Seems about right. I'm just headed to my boss's office, see where everybody is. This is a dope office.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Well, I do now.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Here we go.
Incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay. Oh, we've made it into the back rooms. Wild. I feel like the graphics are a little bit better in the... I wonder if they did some sort of fixing up or polish. It sure is dark in here. I guess I'm supposed to go here. Yeah. Security here is top notch. I thought following instructions
into the building
made the most
Stanley
sense.
realized he felt a bit peculiar. It
This
was
is
a
weird.
stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I feel like going along with and doing what the narrator says for this first round makes the most sense. I don't know if that actually... I don't know. This is a strange game.
Through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh, great. Perfect. See here, I could choose to maybe escape. I don't know. That looks kind of suspect. It's always in the basement, it's true. Always. There's always something hidden in the basement. I'm gonna go ahead and guess. I gotta press this button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
We're gonna find out, I think. Random. I'll eventually get there. Dinner was very nice. I made some, like, citrus seasoned salmon. Citrus seasoned salmon. Say that a few times fast. A little bit of rice and some vegetables. It was really nice. Some broccoli. It was tasty. We just basically hung out and went for a nice walk, which is nice to get back to because we had kind of air quality problems and concerns while the fires were happening here in Southern California. It was fun. All right, so there's a big button with a camera on it. I'll have to check that one out. I think I have that written in my notes.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
All right. More buttons.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control
someone
all
got
this
fired.
time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it.
So whoever's
He
in
couldn't
room 104
accept it.
got fired.
His own life in someone
I'm gonna note
else's
that,
control.
just in case we see it.
Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Okay.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay, we got buttons. I see lots of buttons. There were buttons on these computers. There's a button up there. There's a button here that's labeled 3. It's dark, but I can kind of see where I'm at. More buttons. All right, I'm going to this facility power. See what's in here. It's like random code on the screen. Oh, here we go.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Shut him down. Thanks, George. Have a great weekend. If you're not busy tomorrow morning at this time, or tomorrow at this time, I'll be playing some short films, different clips and stuff like that.
And a rising
in Discord.
chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Yes, sir.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
Right, we did not learn this.
Been freed from the machine's grasp. What other mysteries did this strange
Nice
building
music.
hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
What a scene.
And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right
I remember
now,
reading about that, Rudy.
things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I think there's another one too, like where you don't play it on a Tuesday or something like that. I didn't beat the game. Trophy earned. Okay, let's see what that says. Complete the Stanley Parable. Okay, cool. Siha, what's up? Not my first time, but my first time playing Ultra Edition, and it's been a decade since I played this game. So now the game starts over again, and having obeyed the narrator, I'm gonna try and do some different stuff. Let's see what else is out here. There's all sorts of random things, so I'm gonna try doors.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What could
Stanley
it
decided
mean?
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No
I'm gonna
matter
keep an
how
eye out
hard
for
Stanley
room
looked,
104.
He couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
This game is bananas. Yeah, it is. It's lovely. It's amazing that it always trips me out that it was a free mod for Half-Life 2 in its early days. You can see it, but still. So I'm gonna try all these random doors now. Wait, oh, waiting input? Is that's different than the rest. How do I input? That coffee cup says who farted. Okay, input received. And hey, Siltro. All right, well, that worked. Half-Life 2 was a groundbreaking. Oh, hey, here's something. Oh.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I'm smashing X. I kind of wish there was an animation for this, like him just raging on the handle. Nothing. All right. Nothing is happening. Let's try the other door. Right. Counter-Strike, Gary's Mod, Team Fortress, Cry of Fear. Yep, there's a lot to it. So you see how you're seeing there's a door. Maybe this one? Break into this office? All right, one more time. This is fun. Just... $4.30 maybe?
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy?
There's a
Click
trophy.
the door 5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
It's true. This is me anytime I'm using a restroom in public.
I'm feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes,
50 clicks.
Certainly 50 clicks.
My thumb's getting tired. Good tip, Siha.
No. I'm still not feeling it. I want this trophy to have meant something. It has to be a true
Switching
reward
fingers.
for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way no matter the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Okay. All right. 417. Okay. Well, on a mission to find 417 now. Keep going. It's in the next room, I think. There we go. Random, your cats want to open the door like that.
Great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Okay. Going back. Oh, wait. Where the hell's 437? There it is.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Man, okay. This is a roller coaster right here. 415, I think you said. No,
Now, back to door number 437.
no, it's fun. We're gonna be here all day, but it's fine.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
The copy machine. Where is the copy machine? Oh, this. See, God, I haven't used one of these in a long time.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, I played like the first hour and a half of Disco Elysium. It's installed. I have it installed on my PS right now. What did he ask me to do? 417, I think.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
How do I...
Yes, this is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep
What's
it up.
up, Sasquatch?
Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416 it is. Yes, sir.
We've almost got it. Now the copy machine, do that one again.
He's getting all loud. Where's the copy machine? I think that was in the first office. Click, click, click.
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430. Yes! We
Clicked
did
on
it.
doors 430
Oh, wow.
times.
That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold
Oh, no.
you back.
Clicked on
Yes,
door
I'm very
435
proud of
times.
how far we've come today.
Good recommendation, Siha, and way to do it without spoiling anything. I like that. Okay, got another. That's 2 trophies in the first 27 minutes. It's fun. So random. All right, now I'm going to make some random decisions here.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Let's go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
He's sending me to the employee lounge. I might do that. I'm going to try every damn door. I don't know what 430 represents. That's a good question. Could have just been a useful... this is...
Yes,
there we go.
Truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully
try that next,
constructed
Siha.
room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Give me sodas. Yeah, I guess. They did have 420. They could have made that the 420 thing.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Totally worth it. All right, moving on.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
First open door on his left. Nope. No. I'm gonna keep running around. See what else we can find here.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Drafting tables. Oh, I recognize this. I recognize this. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in. Can I jump? Oh. Penalty for misuse of the cargo lift is $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift is $5,000.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
I would consider
realize
jumping off.
investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you or what? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Some believe 4:30 refers to 4:30 p.m., symbolizing the monotony of office work as employees mindlessly wait for the day to end. Yeah, and from 4:30 to 5, you're pretty much just packing up your stuff to go home. All right, danger everywhere. I just went against the grain there a little bit. 2B1. Now, every time I try a door, I'm going to hit it like 5 times. Just because I like the sound. The jangle. It's kind of cool. 2B3. No buckets past this point. Okay, no buckets for some reason. I like how it closes you into your decision making too. Like when you go through a door, it's...
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
What do you guys think I should do? Red or blue? Or is white an option? That's locked. Think on it. Let me know what you think. Red or blue? I feel like we should do the opposite of what the narrator's saying. Sasquatch, you start getting ready at 4:20. All right. Yeah. You take the blue pill. You can believe whatever you want to believe. I don't know the whole quote. I do know Do you think that's air you're breathing? It's like one of the best lines. We don't know. Arthur, I have no idea what happens. Okay, so we got some blue, some red. I do like the color red. It is nice. Pavel's voting red. Blue Dead Redemption. Okay, red it is. We're gonna follow the instructions.
Oh, thank God you are.
Oh,
willing
don't want to go
listen
the
me.
other. Okay.
You see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time. The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere
pull.
that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Okay, he wants to end it. Yeah, it is. Red was predictable, and I'm gonna try and now like circumvent whatever he wants us to do next. And Sassy, you do need to watch the first Matrix. You can skip the other ones, as far as I'm concerned. The first one, the original Matrix, is good. The other two, personal opinion, they're kind of trash. But the first one is really worth watching. It's really, really good. And then the first Alien, yeah. Ridiculous. What a movie. All right, so he wants me to go through here. Let's stay real close here. Oh, it's time loop. We're stuck in a loop. I'm staying away from the door. Something could reach out and grab me, I guess. Maybe. Can I close the door? Nope. Yeah, the Matrix, the first Matrix is one of my favorite movies too. It's really good. Ooh, they made a Matrix 4? Oh yeah, they did. That's also trash. That's probably the worst one, to be honest. 2 wrongs don't make a left, but 3 rights. Oh, maybe I should go back the other way. You need to play this game drunk? That would be actually pretty funny. I'm gonna get the door in my vision and go the other way. See if we can reset the loop. This would be a great one. It could make a great drinking game too. This is doing nothing. I don't want to go through there. I'm gonna go. It would be great. Yeah, I didn't like that at all. And I like Keanu Reeves a lot. I like the woman, I don't remember her name off the top of my head, but I like the woman who played Trinity. That movie was, as the French say, garbage. The first one is so good, though. I saw it in the theaters, and I remember like walking out of the theater and just being completely blown away. I'm gonna just keep walking in circles while we talk. I might have to obey this man. I might have kind of put myself into a position here. Oh, nice. Sasquatch. That's still funny. Yeah, we're getting dizzy. Random JS chat used to drink while playing Truck Simulator. That sounds fun. John Wick is legit. I like pretty much everything Keanu Reeves has been in, all the way back to River's Edge. He's just a great guy, great actor. I'm gonna go around in circles like 2 more times, and then I guess I'll go through the door. I know. Yeah, I'm getting trolled a little bit. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Oh, it's about to get surreal on us.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just
Point
stay
Break,
right here,
Speed.
right in this moment with this
Speed was
place,
filmed right outside my house.
Stanley, I think I feel
Like within
happy.
a quarter mile of my
I
house.
actually feel happy.
I've told the story too many times. Okay, so we found some sort of enlightenment. It's good. Enlightenment is always good. What happens if we go towards the edge? It's beautiful. Oh, now we're in somebody's unfinished basement.
Wait, where are you going?
Yep. It's kind of a long story, but there's a freeway called the 105 that I live off of, and it was under construction for like 25 years. And so Speed was filmed the year before it finished construction.
Oh no.
Like,
stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
there's a part in the movie that if you've seen it, it's like the most exciting part of the movie. The really like, oh my God, we're gonna die part. That was my exit off from that freeway, and I live right next to the exit. Thanks, Sasky. I just have a stupid good memory for things like this. And I ask a lot of questions when I talk to people, like my neighbors and stuff when I first moved here.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Oh God, we're taking away this guy's happiness. Oh.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Oh, well, this got dark real quick. F it.
No!
Wow.
Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Speed was kick-ass. Sandra Bullock. Keanu kind of missed missed the boat with Sandra Bullock. They had a little relationship going. Something happened. I think she's still single too. Hey, Buster. Did anyone ever watch The Net with Sandra Bullock? It was like the first movie that made you scared of the internet.
This is what you want.
She
this
gets
is where we
stalked,
can
basically.
both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Okay, so I'm gonna stand still. See what happens. Was Cruise Control like a sequel to Speed? Because I don't remember that. I don't know that one. Speed's worth it. The Net, maybe not. I mean, it was kind of, it's pretty cheeky. I like that. I should make a bot that every time Buster joins, it says a wild Buster appears. I like that idea. So, I don't know where to go from here. Guess I'll just wait. Stand still. It is pretty. Especially for an older game, they did a good job of making this very surreal. The second movie's with a boat. Cruise Control. Cruise. I get it. Wow. I like Dennis Hopper in Speed a lot. Dennis Hopper was another great actor. I've loved pretty much everything I've seen him in. He was also in a movie in Keanu Reeves' first movie, River's Edge, which is a really wild movie. It has Crispin Glover, Keanu Reeves, Dennis Hopper. It's a weird but good movie. Yeah. Cruise Control was Speed on a cruise ship. I'm not surprised I missed that one. Well, I think we should jump again.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
I get it now. When I installed this game, it asked.
No, what are you doing? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
When I first installed it, it asked me, like the first boot, it asked me if I wanted to like, I don't remember how it phrased it, but it said like, do you want to like cut out some of the things like this? I'm not going to use the word because YouTube doesn't like it very much, but
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
No.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
The voice actor is so good.
Correctly?
So good. He kind of sounds like a robot, but also like a real person.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along.
Reminds me
I
of...
guess that was too much to ask.
I don't remember his name off the top of my
I
head.
wanted to make a choice after all.
But the robot
Well,
from...
this one is yours.
What's the movie? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The depressed robot. Voiced by Alan Rickman. Sorry, random.
Is it over?
There we go. That's
It's
the
going to restart, isn't it?
that's the Half-Life 2
going back.
view. It's awful when you're playing the game in VR, Half-Life 2, because you're like laying on the ground and you can still see the enemies all running up on you and stuff. Sassy's now in the mood to watch movies where Keanu Reeves is trying to stop every mode of transportation from going too fast or exploding. Yep. And yeah, Fight Club. I love Fight Club. That's another great one. Pretty good book, too. Yeah, I can't do anything with this. Seha said something about Windows.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I've never watched Doctor Who. People love that game, or that show, though. I don't... Trophy earned, you can't jump. No, seriously, we disabled it. So you can no longer jump out the window, if that was a thing at some point. Or do they mean you can't jump because in Half-Life, pressing X jumps? I think we've got... Pavel, I agree. This is really fun. It's a great game. It's just so simple, but it's funny.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
26 seasons. Oda, you know, with respect to everyone who's been hurt and everything like that.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
When
Perhaps
the first
he wanted to
accident
stop by
happened.
the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay, I'll try that next time. See how. When the first accident happened, I don't know if you were here yesterday, but I was mentioning my brother was at the DC airport waiting for his plane, and in fact, that plane would have been his plane after it unloaded, and he was all shook up about it. But the first thing I said was, knowing mainstream media, within the next 48 hours, they're going to find another airplane-related news thing. And sure enough, it was there. I wonder if that thing in Philadelphia had happened a week ago before Washington, D.C. I wonder if any of the news organizations other than Philly
This
News would have
room.
covered it.
What
Sad.
a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I'm going to try taking this door and see what it brings me. Or actually, let's go back. Let's go back and take the blue door.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
I'm going to do the same thing and go back that way.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
I get the feeling there's going to be a lot of that.
Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
It's kind of frequent here. There's so many little airports. I didn't know that there was a small, but like right around me, there are two small plane airports, one by SpaceX and one on the other side of town. I think it's going to show...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I think it's going to show just how often near misses and accidents happen in aeronautics. Alright, so climb on the desk, crouch, and walk out. How do I climb on the desk? That only happened once for me. So they said they disabled... Ow! Breaking your tooth sounds awful. Yeah, I can't get on the desk. There's no jumping, so I'm not able to do that. Maybe there's some other way.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Over here? Let me up. At lunch today in the office. Right, well said, Oda. Air traffic control in this situation in Dallas, or in DC, there was one person doing two people's jobs. What's the deal with that? It's an important thing, air traffic control. It's not like covering for your homie while they're at lunch at, you know, a regular day job. Behind the chair. Nope. Can't get there from here, man. Maybe they nerfed this for the Ultimate Edition? I'm pressing all buttons. Like, how's that for your eyeballs? Nope. We got nothing. They won't let me on. Stanley's powerful, but he's not powerful enough to climb up. Oh, wait. It worked. There we go.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why
Nice
don't
working
we
with you
take
on
a
this one.
minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you
Yeah.
think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Oh, hey, let's go. No, this is cool. This is very Matrix-like. Nah.
Ah, then in that case, we'll continue.
Show me something
Now,
cool.
here comes the real
Come on, man, do a
question.
backflip or do some
What do
magic.
you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even
It's
have
bright,
thought
huh?
of it if I hadn't brought up the issue
This is
in
torture.
the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really
there's the window.
miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever. and ever. Cheers.
So it's funny. I just want to point something out. Whenever I press X, which is the action command, you can hear him typing on a keyboard. So I kind of think Stanley might be just having a breakdown sitting at his desk. I think that's what's probably... I don't know if there's a definitive answer to what's happening in this game, but it seems like he's just pressing buttons on a keyboard, you know, like I have one here. A big old school fat keyboard. Let's go with yes. Now I can't click yes. I love British humor. It's great. Well, now I can't click anything. What happened? Yes. I gotta restart the game. Bastards. I should have... So it tortured me by reading me that long. Let's see what happens if you say yes.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
Bye. I'm out the window.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination
cool,
of structural narrative tropes.
I like the way it breaks the fourth wall and talks about game design.
Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just restart the game any old time you want, like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game.
I'm going to wait it out.
Just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Do it.
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable.
Yes.
Will become quite unbearable.
So for the first time, because he's singing, the voice reminds me of Tim Curry from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. They do a lot of this, whatever you want to call it, rhyming kind of, what do you call the song that you play on a lute? I know the word for it because it's in Assassin's Creed at some point. The Tool song? Hell yeah, it is. And so is the one that comes before Parable. What is it? Pre-Parable? I don't remember the name of it. I saw Tool almost exactly a year ago. Great live band. Unbelievable. So he's just gonna play and serenade me? You're welcome, see. Thanks for the tips. And like I said, you're doing a good job of not spoiling anything, so thank you. I'm gonna let him have this. All right, I'm ready to restart. Should I wait? See, does it keep going, or is it just this song on loop? I think I just got my answer. Big feast at Random's house. I'll see you. What time? 7? I'll be there. Will you provide drinks, or should I bring my own? I'm a big fan of ginger ale. Maybe a beer. Okay, it's over. That was fun. In a way, Arthur, but I think you could play this game for like 10 or more hours. There's a lot to see. And there are,
all of his
thank you,
co-workers
Parable
were
and then
gone.
Parabola.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
In an hour. I can't make it in that short amount of time. Sorry, buddy. Cool. I'd love to see your feast. I like food a lot. So the game is, Arthur, I mean, the base game, like we saw, the one ending only took us like 30 minutes, if that.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, funny, you can just hide in your office. I didn't know that. You saw Tool in November 23. Nice. I saw them right before the pandemic in 19, I guess. And then I saw them a year ago in February. I also got to go to Maynard's 60th birthday party at the Hollywood Bowl. It's called Sessanta, where they had a Perfect Circle, Pussifer, and then Primus all playing the same day and like switching band members and stuff. It was really cool. I really want to see what's through the red door, or sort of through the blue door now.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
Yeah,
Stanley
I
knew
know.
it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was
James T.
sublime,
Kirk II.
work of
What a
art.
great username. That's
But
awesome.
eager to get back to
Most
business,
endings are way shorter than
Stanley
30
took the
minutes.
first
Yeah.
open door on his left.
In the deluxe edition, I think they just said that
Stanley
they
was so bad
added
at
some
following directions,
different
it's
features.
incredible he
It's
wasn't
not
5
listed. The
years
game's
ago.
kind of mysterious on purpose. Yeah, that was such a good show, Sassy. Actually, just got the
I think perhaps we've
Pussifer
gotten
concert
off on the wrong
poster
foot
book
here.
in the mail.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize
James.
investing your trust
gonna try
in
this
someone
again.
else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing.
Yeah, I got there.
Really?
Got it.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Yes.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yeah.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No, we're not doing that again. I love Douglas Adams. It is. I love Douglas Adams. I've read all of his books. It's been a while, but I read them all. And I have them. I have like a compendium of them. I also have a bunch of paperbacks from when I was young. Any predictions for blue? So red brought us to happiness, right? I think blue will probably bring us to sadness.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
It's another loop. Damn it. Oh, wait. I've busted the loop.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
The red door. How do I get through this? There we go. There's the blue door.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well,
I
don't
do.
let me stop you.
I do. I really do.
You see? There's nothing here.
Oh, neat.
I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
He's so mad.
Do not think I put a lot of time into that, because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing.
This kind of reminds me of
This is what
Control.
you wanted to see.
Help me here, Stanley. Help
firewall.
elucidate these strange and unknowable
Fire break.
desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback.
Do it.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before.
There's
Go
still
ahead,
parts that are not
Stanley.
done.
Take it for a spin.
Office space, ceiling light. All right. I mean, unless anyone disagrees, I'm going to take this door. No release date yet for Firebreak, but we will play the hell out of that game. I hope it's good. Really hope it's good. Remedy has already provided us with so much fun. Having a multiplayer game is going to be great. Well, thank you, Siha. Appreciate it. I'm going to go through the orange door. Let's go where the game's broken. Please rate your
I'm going to
experience.
stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Clearly there's something here that speaks to you. If I can be honest here, I really don't have any idea where I'm going with this. This whole third door thing was just a stab in the dark. But I guess you're into it, so let's keep this party train rolling. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled
Later, Random.
a new version.
Have a great feast.
And to be perfectly candid,
If I don't see it.
think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
They added a worldwide leaderboard. In total, 91,000 doors opened. Holy crap. Everyone's offline, of course. Only the worst 3% of players chose the blue door. This is great. Why not ask some friends for help? You are objectively ranked 9,328th out of 9,328th. I'm last. I'm the worst. Okay, let me keep going. That's cool.
Would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
No, you're a jerk.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Let's do
You wouldn't
playtesting.
mind taking a look at it, would you?
No.
Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice.
Sure.
But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective?
All right, I know what I'm doing for the rest of the show.
On your
We're just playing this
experience.
game. 4 hours of this? Can make a song out of it. Oh my god. 4 hours of this? This is torture. I'm assuming there's a trophy for playing this for 4 hours. This is the meanest shit ever. That's the achievement I was talking about. Playing the game for the entirety of a Tuesday. There's one where you don't play the game for 10 years. I'm not doing this for 4 hours. Sorry, little guy. We really like you, but you're fired. Literally.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
Little both.
Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done.
He's rage
It's
quitted.
over.
Oh
Thank
my
you for
god.
playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
I think the only way
since
to
my
do
game is
that-
so awful. Why don't we play someone else's game just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here?
I wonder if I have that on Steam.
Yes, this seems like it'll work.
I feel like it's been at least 10 years since I played the game. Me too. Me too.
Aha, fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
Isn't this Firewatch?
Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
Is Firewatch a Half-Life mod?
That must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
This is... Oh, look at the Suzuki S. That's awesome. Some people call that the Stussy S, but it's really the Suzuki S in my mind. I'm pretty sure this is... Right? This is Firewatch, isn't it? I mean, that looks exactly like the Firewatch logo. And the colors and stuff. I have not made it to a watchtower in Days Gone yet. And this is artistically just like Firewatch. Or very similar. Stops me from going that way, of course.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
What? What can't be?
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just
Jonesy
wandering around.
Lake.
No right or wrong directions. No path to follow.
Love
You
State
could
of
just go
Decay.
in any...
I've got access to the sequel,
heavens
too.
We avoided it.
I haven't played it, though.
Woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here.
That's so cool. I can't believe they did this.
Preferably something with
Food
walls.
plans.
Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Hey, propane.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
I know. I love how the narrator hates like actual games. Is this
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind.
Rocket League?
Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
We're not done yet. Arthur, food plans.
so
I don't know
exactly
what
do we
for
do
lunch,
here? Let's
but
see.
going out to dinner with
There
some
are lots
friends
of
tonight
cars here in
should
the
be
back,
fun.
But obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley,
Sports ball?
I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun.
This
We
is
shall
so
run
cool.
the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
This is great. I have played Rocket League, not much, but I know of it.
Are you
I'm
winning?
winning.
Is
Yeah,
this
we're
fun?
winning. We're winning.
Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought, and I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls
Yo,
makes
what's up,
for an
Liz?
even more euphoric
This is the
sports
Stanley
experience.
Parable Ultra
I think
Edition.
try.
Great game.
Here comes another ball.
I gotta get a goal. Come on.
Yes. Oh, goodness, that really
And
does
good day
feel
to you, Liz.
amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
I can't believe they... Yep, let's go. One of these has got to go in. Come on. I'm just gonna focus on my... Get in there. Damn it. Hey, thanks for subscribing, James.
Stanley? Are you having fun? Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over.
car football
That's right.
and GTA
Your little
5?
fun comes to an end.
Oh, no.
This is my game, and what I say goes.
Welcome to the gang,
You get
James
to
T.
have fun
Kirk.
when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I am structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided
awesome.
you didn't want to play my game,
I
now
did play
I
your
don't want
game.
to play with you either. So goodbye, Stanley. I'm
Good day
leaving.
to you, sir.
See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best.
That's what I'm
Take
thinking,
care,
yeah. That's the only way out.
Stanley.
Easy way out. Bye.
Hold on. What are you doing? Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley.
Oh, this place is a mess. It's dark. Yeah, I got 2 goals. One with the ball, one with myself. No, I'm not going out there. I'm going to go through this door. Let's see. Oh. Might have been a mistake. Thank you, Liz. And right back at you. This really feels like Half-Life right now. Just because everything's all dilapidated. Jinx, Sasquatch. I want in there. No. It's not working. About 425. These doors don't even have handles on them. Oh, this is the original Stanley Parable Half-Life 2 mod, but in a dark and run-down state. Interesting. Interesting. I was saying at the beginning, this was a free mod for Half-Life 2. I never played it in that state. I only played it once it came to Steam, but... Okay, buttons. Just lots of buttons. Lost. The timing of that was
I
impeccable.
wonder what he found.
I was lost. I
If
don't
what he
know.
wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice.
I'm
And if
fine
he's
with that.
learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this
Thank you,
ends,
Arthur.
after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
You waiting on me to restart the game? Thank you, Arthur, for gifting a membership. And it went to Dylan G, 3471. I'll match that. And this one went to Alex Cole. Oh, interesting. In the original 2013 release, the games that they put you in for this ending were Minecraft and Portal. I never saw that. I've only played... Not long. I played this game a bit, but not long. We make a good team, Arthur. Thank you so much. Trying to aim for some of you newcomers, but I see we've got some people hanging out, lurking in the shadows, which is great. No need to chat, but you're always welcome to. Let's see. Just gonna shut myself in
Stanley
here.
simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell
Yep.
under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever.
Forever and
I
ever.
will be happy.
I'm happy.
Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, Very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Sasquatch. It's cool. Well, that was fun. So we stayed in there potentially for years. All right, we're making some progress. I feel like chopping things down real solid, like... Oh, we already went out the window. Tried to jump. That didn't work. They disabled that. We opened a bunch of doors.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
That was it. That was the whole ending. I just hid in there for a little while. Potentially for my entire life. I miss my leaderboard now. I vaguely remember going through this and seeing this room change multiple times. And maybe even like dropping in through the ceiling at one point. I'm going to try and chase... I'm going to try and chase through here and go through that spot that was marked escape. Let's see what happens. Oh, and we got to find room... What was it? Oh, I don't think I see 104 yet.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Bypass.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an... Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Nothing here. Look at all this stuff. Luis.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Yeah, but I like being in the broom closet. It's comforting.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
God, I wish we had a Half-Life 3. No, but I do have PlayStation VR 2 and the adapter to play Steam with it.
Still in the broom closet?
So I'm going to play Alex at some point soon.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I'm not going to hang out in here. Play with my tools, duct tape.
You do realize there's no choice or anything.
It's a large broom closet. Yep,
if I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally
in the broom closet,
this closet is
drink my tea.
Absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Well, I found it. This is my room now. This is where I live. These are my friends.
To you, this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Just chilling. Just look here with my friends, duct tape.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Hey, I got over both of those things.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed in front of your screen. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
Fair.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right.
Luis, you're saying I should leave and then come back?
The hallway.
Okay, I'm going to go out in the hallway and then I'm going to come back.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
So now they think I'm dead and someone else has picked up the controls. But I'm going back in.
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. The fish,
Damn right, Sasquatch.
fungus. Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
He's just gonna hang out and wait. Okay. Okay. Wish.com, Alan Rickman. I will wait. I'm gonna give you a 10 count. No, you know what? I'm gonna take a picture. This looks like a great picture. Hello, gorgeous. I might even use it as the thumbnail. The broom closet is great. Totally worth it. You just have to, I make friends everywhere I go. Try and line this picture up nice and clean too. It's pretty well centered, maybe not perfectly. Pretty close. Yeah, I like the narrator. They did such a great job. It's so good. All right, now let's go. Maybe just one more time. Hang on. You guys okay? Everybody okay? You're good? You good? Good? You? Good? All right. Mwah. See you later.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm gonna do this 888 infinity thing that Siha mentioned. I can do what? I can do
Stepping
anything.
into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover
Thanks, Fen.
not an
Welcome to the
indication
gang.
of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation.
Trophy earned.
His attention was caught by a
888.
keypad
Got
behind
it.
the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
Okay.
But of course,
What's
Stanley
the
couldn't
other,
possibly have known
like the
this.
most common password in gaming? It's like a trope that, is it,
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
0412?
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
I know. Does anyone know it? It does remind me of my library.
2845.
I'm just Googling it real quick. I think it was from like a game in like the 90s, and then a bunch of other developers used it.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself.
Okay,
And
it solved my
Stanley got the
problem.
hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Stanley got the hell along with the story. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, there's a piano here. Can I play you? Nope. 0430. Thank you, buddy. I'm going to try that next time. I don't have any tattoos, but that would be a cool tattoo to get. Okay. I got you, Luis. That sounds fun. can really break every single choice in this game. It's wonderful. I didn't think to do that. See, since I've already done this ending, it's not talking to me, right? Because I think it had a little dialogue.
Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up.
Silly me.
Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Go back down? Sure. Let's do it. I can't. I gotta get off. Well, now the lights are on. Hey, Arthur, would you mind sharing the link to the Discord? And some of you newcomers, if you're new to the channel and you use Discord and you're over 17, join us in Discord. Do a lot of fun stuff there. Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Los Angeles time, I'm running like a little short film festival. I'm going to be playing a bunch of short films.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Mrs. Musk, look, it's Chianti. Classic Chianti. This guy knows his stuff. The fandom. It's a cool username.
Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
I'm a genius, what can I say? I've got help. Nah, bring me back.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
He kind of also reminds me, his comedy's kind of like Jeremy Clarkson from Top Gear. But I guess that's just the embodiment of British humor.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me.
Yeah, me too.
Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
You got it. That's cute.
Okay, I'm ready.
Ready to go back?
I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
Yeah, there's some elements of that control. Just oddness. Also, the wallpaper kind of looks like the ashtray maze. This is like a twisted version of a Nintendo, like Mario 64 song.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it.
Great.
I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Okay, let's do it again. You were expecting a cat. Coffee time.
Of course. Going back down to the elevator.
Duh.
How did I not anticipate it?
Duh.
Sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
He's not happy. The narrator's not stoked. It really is, Rudy. Good word for it. But I think that's what Stanley is. Stanley's going through like a break. He's like going through a mental break right now. And things are very strange.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting.
So fleeting.
Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
Oh, God.
There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises? To have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal.
True,
This
he's got a point.
is storytelling.
It's real
Stanley.
storytelling.
What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years.
It's
And
mind-bending.
it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and
I like
alive.
making Stanley sit down.
That's why people like you so much,
He's like, you
Stanley.
know what? I'm just
Because
gonna
you're not afraid to
sit down here in the
spit
corner.
in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you.
He's laying
Which
on
is
the
why-
sarcasm
though
pretty
I didn't
thick.
know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They
Good.
really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better.
Spaghetti
Oh, come away
sauce.
here.
Oh, no way. Are we in Superliminal now?
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
This looks like Superliminal, which is a similar game. Is Superliminal made by the same people? I assume it is. It's another great game. I streamed that like 3 years ago. Yeah, it's all about trolling the narrator pretty much. There's Stanley. All eyes on Stanley, live on stage. Yep. Clearly this is Superliminal. An evening with world peace, baby. Aw. It's got quite a head. Thing's huge.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
The storyteller. Stanley reveals all in his new book. World's first sentient machine. A QA. Oh, I'm not ready for this.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
If I'm not mistaken, a rider, like it says Stanley Rider, that's something that an entertainer would say, in order for me to play, you're going to have to pay me, and you also have to get me these things. So he asked for almonds, a chair, gum, a table, and a nut bar. Weird. He is a little bit of a nut bar, to be honest. Indoors monthly instead of outdoor. Welcome back, Buster. 427, here's their chair. Where's my almonds? Like that. Wish you were here. Aloha from the Freedom ending. Narrator Airlines. Adventure awaits. The number 8. 427. I played the demo. I went to the mind control facility and all I got was this lousy sticker. Love it. Love it. Story, Stanley, me, Dad, age 6. Thanks for showing me that cool skateboard trick in the parking lot. You are too cool. Good luck on stage. Rock on. Break a leg, champ. Your boss. I love the way you ride elevators. Break a leg. Stanley, my true love for you grows every day. You make me feel alive. Your wife from the apartment ending. No one tells stories the way you do. Go get 'em, Tiger. Congratulations, Stanley. Remember where you came from. Your coworkers. Another game, James reports in another game made by the same developers as the Stanley Parable is called The Beginner's Guide. I'm writing that down. And it has a different tone, but highly recommended. Okay. Hey, Unknown, how are you, bud? Buster got some sliced steak, onions, green peppers, corn, fries, and béarnaise sauce for dinner. Yum. I'll be over. You just let me know. The eye wallpaper is kind of creepy. All right, on with it then. Got some copies of Up and Down Again, the Stanley story. The Stanley story instead of the Stanley Parable. That's cute. The dude who came up with pizza. That's me. I love pizza. Love making it. Love eating it. Love taking pictures of it. Smelling it. The Beginner's Guide is really dark. Oh, I like that. Did this kill me? The excitement just killed me. Nice. I've tried to play Days. It's hard. Really, really hard. Okay, so the excitement of that audience just killed me. That was a good ending. I've never even, like... I've heard of some of these endings that we've done, but I've never, ever heard of that one. That one and the Blue Door, I never did. Or I've never heard of. Well. Alright, onward, I guess. We're back. We're alive again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I love how you just
Stanley
start
decided to go to the
writing
meeting
over
room.
again.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
John Cena. So this time, I'm going to go through the escape.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We're going to follow his instructions. And I'm not going to play on the elevator. I swear. I'm going to go through the escape path and see what
Yet
happens.
there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer
The Winter
there.
App map is new. Because I saw someone posting like something about how they were like the
Coming
winter
to a
sniper that
staircase,
survived
Stanley walked
such and such
upstairs
days
to his
yesterday.
boss's office.
All right, let's do the escape. And I'm going to try the 0430. I doubt they use
The
it,
moment
but
he entered his
it is like the
manager's
most
office,
common password.
Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take.
Too much.
He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from
That's
a man
right, Buster.
denied any hope,
Hey,
any
Buster,
reason
thanks
to
for-
keep
for-
going. Here on the floor, he lay
Dim
prone,
Dam got the membership
paralyzed
by Buster.
fear
Thank
for
you, buddy.
nearly a
Thanks for
full
supporting
hour.
the channel.
But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a
Do-do,
keypad
do-do.
behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious
It was worth a shot.
and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845. Statistically, nearly impossible to guess blindly, ever.
2845. This must be a lot
Stanley
easier with the
just
mouse.
sat around twiddling his thumbs, trying yet incredibly by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad. Stanley happened to input the correct
I love how it
code.
goes into, like,
By
dark
sheer
mode.
luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Which poster? I think it's probably dark now, but... I will look for them, but the fact that the narrator says them is the joke thing. I don't think they're in the room. There might be in the room somewhere, but he just tells you. That's the funny part. It's like silly British humor. Like, I'll just tell you. Alright, let's see what the escape looks like. That looks interesting too. Wonder if I can do something with this. Nope.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Alright, we're going this way. Excuse me. Saturday
Although
voice is in
this
full
passageway
effect.
had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh no. He's lying. He's trying to scare me. Okay, good, James. I feel the same way. Like, it's just a joke. Okay, Sasquatch, I'll see you soon.
The door behind him was not shut.
Have a great weekend.
Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Escape has some spoilers. Okay, that's fine. I enjoyed the posters in Mafia. We all did. Well. Damn.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
I didn't do either of those
his
things.
life
I
had
just
been
did
of
the
no
turned off the power.
consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of
Arthur,
what
that's
this
funny.
world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
Oof.
So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell. But wait. Squish.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What? I broke it. Illy. Oh. For a second, it looked like Illy, right? The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was
this is what
already
Rudy
dead
was talking about.
from the moment he hit start?
Some nature paintings. Nice a little diorama. I'm all about a diorama. There's Stanley's office, where he apparently is dead or having a mental health problem. This is on Nintendo Switch? Wow. This is exactly what you were talking about, Rudy. Aw, solitaire. Makes me want to try play Balatro. Well, I've turned those off properly. The office. Can't open these doors, okay. The button sounds, love it. Ready? Oh, those are I recognize all those sounds except for the first one from Half-Life. This one, what was it? This one? That sounds like when you fill up your health. So does this. And then it would go wah, 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 while your health is being filled up. It's pretty good. Great game. The credits. Oh, is this kind of like a real end game then? Tells you what happened to Stanley. Based on the work of the Stanley Parable 2013 team. Really cool. Yeah, I remember my first computer was like this. Very, very similar. And I'm sure there were millions of those made. Just crazy amount. Yeah, this is like the core part of the game, Rudy. You're right. Everything. This is the big moment where the game goes off the rails. The set of the two doors was the first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Pretty cool. I like this a lot. Got choices. I'm going to go this way. The credits are much smaller, yes. The boss's office. Screens from the development. So originally it looked like this, and there was a big fireplace on the right. There still is, I guess. The fireplace is what opens. Neat. So originally, you can see that's those same like pieces that are placeholders for texture. That's pretty neat. This is a clock. I do wish you could run. This is cool. I'd love to be able to like design a game like this. It's so rad. The maintenance room. Okay, we haven't been there yet. Excuse me. Some random photos. Is that money flying around like a money gun in Stanley's office? Okay, we're gonna have to find out how to make that happen. Bitte. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that this was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Neat. So they took some of the shooter concept from Alien Base Awesome from Half-Life 2 and actually used it. Thank you, Pavel. And thank you, Rudy. From Marius, a question brought forth by the intense passion of my soul. Am I Stanley? Are you spying on me? Will the game feature capybaras? This must be fans. Narrator emails. After the second trailer we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we initially planned to use these further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use. Who says I am gay? I appreciate the previous Stanley game as a work of art and standalone title. It's pretty cool. James says the money flying around is only part of the deluxe trailer, paired with the narrator saying, "Come, come, daddy needs a third swimming pool." Oh, okay. So like they're joking about this being a money grab. That's quite good. I like that. Okay, haven't seen that ending yet, but okay. This is pretty neat. Exit. Let's go.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I'm with you, See how this is a great game, and it's so unique. I mentioned it earlier, but I liked Superliminal a lot. I think it takes it in a different direction.
Can you see how much they need one another?
This looks like a Kanye West house. Yeah, it's all gray tones and
Perhaps
whites.
not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Splat. They did, Pavel. That's cool. I wanted to explore it more, but I don't want to be spoiled to any of the other endings yet. Now I know how to get there. And we're back, mysteriously.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a
Blah,
matter
blah,
of
blah,
time.
blah, blah, blah. New content. Well, I'm intrigued. Let's see what's behind the new content door.
Oh, new content? What does that mean?
What is it?
New
Yeah.
content.
Hello? Am I safe? I'm all about new content. It's a bingo.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was
That makes sense,
expanded
James.
upon in 2022 with the Stanley
Home, the
Parable
game
Ultra
factory.
Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable,
More
delighting
game.
audiences the world over.
That's great.
Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very
Yes,
excited
it's
to
like
see
the
the
backlot
thrilling
tour.
new Ultra Deluxe content.
Oh, tell me we get to ride the elevator up and down 6 more times. Come on, baby.
So far, it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Oh, look, an immature juvenile has joined the chat. Welcome to the family.
Say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious.
Speaking of family, how's Graham?
Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Is he at the station today? I wonder if I should give him a call.
All right.
New content,
All right,
the
let's
jump
see
circle.
it's
Oh, we can
the
jump?
Jump circle?
They're going to let us jump? Wow, this is top S class, S tier gameplay. Me too. Me too. Blueberry muffins are so tasty. Okay, I did all my jumps. Wow. Wow. This new content, I can jump 36 times. That's amazing.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley,
Mrs. Musk, could you
I
bring
have
me
to
a
say,
sparkling water, please?
Initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting
great
new
Saturday.
content? If this is new
This is-
content,
this is a
then I could
great
just read
game,
you the whole
great
dictionary.
Saturday.
There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more.
We got
Very
more?
good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Bastards.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
Me too.
It's my fault, Stanley. I
No
built
problem.
up too much
Doesn't bother
anticipation
me at
around
all.
the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together.
Thank you very
like
much.
always. What do you say, friend?
Yeah, timed out. And if they keep it up, I'm going to call Graham at the station. And I don't think Graham's going to be very happy with them. Because I think in their country, harassment is illegal. Cyberbullying is illegal. And Graham won't want to hear that at all. Neither would Tanya. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, we're back, but things have changed. Yeah, exactly. We have just a picture of the way that this place used to look. Oh, awesome.
Stanley!
What?
Come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Totally. Yeah, I'm cool with it. See how you're right. Wait, he wants to show me something? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I should do that. But this looks like it's going to bring me right back to the beginning of a new game, so I'll follow. I'll follow you. Fair enough. I think. What do we got here? Coffee nut. That's really nice. Cool animation for an older game. I feel like the narrator just tricked me.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So
Okay.
I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Well, thank you, narrator. It's very nice of you. Look at this. It's a little... This is a pretty place.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite
Pavel?
memories so
I'm
I can
loving it.
relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
I want to see how long ago I actually played this game. The last time I played this game... Oops. Was August 15th, 2021. Unachievable. It's impossible to get this achievement. Okay, I don't know what that means. This is pretty cool. It's supposed to be confusing, Arthur. It's a comedy. It's supposed to be funny and weird. This is a nice little place. I'd stay here. Memory, sweet memory.
Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Yeah, there is some sort of 10-year achievement. I probably picked it up and played it for 5 minutes. And I think I streamed it like for one day in 2021 on the original edition. It's an Alan Wake DLC. It does kind of play that way. How do you cheat it? By changing the date on your computer or something? Who's this man? I remember. The memory zone. Is that supposed to be the narrator? The original remake. Buy on pressurized gas, Steam. I see. That's funny. I'm sure they knew people would do that. A trip down memory lane. Smile because it happened. This is the first dollar that they ever made selling the game, probably. And here's the original soundtrack. It does have great music. The demo. Wow. It's key. Here we go. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Did that change to 10? It's, hey, we were just looking at this. Unachievable. It's impossible to get this achievement. I got it somehow. Nominee for the British Academy Award. Development team for game innovation. Debut game and story. I get it. I could see why this would. The New York Times. They were not on the cover of the New York Times. Never. This is a great architecture. I'm guessing that's a picture from when you used to be able to jump out the window. Oh, that's funny. This is oh so long ago in 2013. Bunch of awards.
Over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end
Its
up less
accent
than
changes.
any form of art. Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand
It won't
and
let me, Luis.
all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally
Unless you mean the part where you
every
jump on the
game ever
desk.
created.
I did that,
It was
but
Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
an hour of new elevator content. I love this. Oh, I gotta see what this is. Let me in. Nothing, I guess. I see that's when they used to make you play Portal. Another game based on Half-Life. And Minecraft. Geez, sorry. Saturday voice is in full effect today. That's cool. James was mentioning this earlier. That instead of having you play Rocket League and whatever the other one was. It's been an hour and I forgot already. Rocket League and Firewatch. For Scott. Okay.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable
Source
is both
SDK.
a richly
This is the
stimulating
software they
commentary
use
on
to
the
make the
nature
game.
of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't
Carpet
you get it,
textures.
Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It
Royalty-free
didn't need
designs.
new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
So these are actually really, really good reviews, and the narrator's pretending that they're talking trash about the Ultra Edition. Smart. It's good comedy. Oh, there's a tie out there somewhere. That looks like a slip mat for a record player. Oh, I kind of need that. I'm going to go ahead and try and find that. Can't jump. The serious room. I can't jump, so I can't get in there. If only I had the gravity gun, I could move these out of the way very easily. A smiley face and some buttons, a clock. What now?
These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Oh, neat.
Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas.
From
the
Steam.
Extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Wasted all my jumps in the jump circle, you're right. Can't jump anymore.
Honestly, I could not be bothered
Not
to play this
recommended.
game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny!
There was
I'm
a...
not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a
That was
serious
very
work of art.
superliminal-like.
I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the
There was a
Stanley
penalty for
Parable,
cheating.
but the
That's
game's
great.
already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
I love how they're calling out Steam without saying the word Steam. Super smart. Valve might not have been happy about that, or might not have seen it as a joke. I mean, it's still pretty clear, but could be considered parody.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy?
Later, Ethan.
Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Yeah. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Yeah. See how you're right. And it does say Steam if you buy the game on PC. That's funny. See how you named some good ones. Mr. Bean, Monty Python. I haven't watched Doctor Who, but I'm told it's good. Have you ever seen or heard of Mrs. Brown's Boys? Highly recommended if you like British comedy. I think it's technically an Irish show, but it's really funny. It's like Mrs. Doubtfire kind of, but it's not Mrs. Doubtfire. It's a lot different, but it's the same concept. A very funny man dressed as an old lady. Say hello, Mrs. Brown's boys. It's good. She's Mrs. Brown, Agnes. Great show. Maybe a little hard to find in the States, but it's out there. You can find it. Yeah, it's good. You know of it. It's awesome.
What's this one got
The
to
movie's
say?
not bad either. It's not great, but it's not bad.
You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
Now, that person played
Skip button.
9.8 hours.
Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
I've never heard of Taskmaster, but I'm picky with TV. But I like, I like movies a lot. And then some shows catch my attention, like anything David Lynch touched, the Twin Peaks series. I like The Boys quite a bit. There's some that jump out at me and surprise me. Some like that I didn't think I would like The Boys, but it's actually a pretty good show. Awesome, Buster. All right, so we're gonna press the skip button.
Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you with just the... Oh, you're back, you see? You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of... Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well,
Yeah.
I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the... Stanley!
Mission Impossible's dope. Been a while since I've seen one.
Push the button again. It's
I
been
like them.
12 hours. You've just been
Skipped.
frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls
I'll check it out.
1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button. And if you keep pressing it, I have no idea.
I'll write that down.
Oh, Stanley,
Taskmaster.
you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting
God.
here all that time.
The
Just
tree's
sitting
rotten.
Here, not a single person to speak with.
The clock's still here, but
That's
the lights
just
are out.
how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying
You're saying nothing. Yep.
Would you think
Good game
that
of
it's
Metro.
exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I... Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome.
Yeah, I'm
I
here.
have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not
Rudy, he's
moved
kind
for
of-
one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin
He's kind of
with,
endearing in
there
this
is
moment.
only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley.
Poor guy.
Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant.
In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will.
I'm hovering over the button.
Squabbled over for so long. There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events, not if all events existed in the same moment. And I felt freed. I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow myself to exist along all timelines, and that each of them was simply a strand in the web
He's
of
doing
my
a damn
being.
good job.
It was incredible. The spaciousness, the equanimity of the moment, both singular and infinite. For the longest time, this was my experience. And then, this moment passed, and the most unyielding fear I have ever known crept into my mind. And it is this sensation that I have been experiencing now for longer than I could have ever expected was possible.
Sorry. He's gone now. Now he's gone. The narrator's dead. The clock is still 5 minutes till 1. Well, let's go into the future. Oh, that's a really annoying sound. Is that a fire alarm? Right, Rudy. I keep walking around looking because I want to see if there's anything else in this room, but... Oh, I see. Is it that? It is. Smoke detector must be out of batteries now. It's great.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said,
He's mad about
"Entertain
these
us."
reviews.
It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he
Sounds
didn't
like your alarm
entertain us,
clock.
now he
Oh,
went,
God.
shut up. It's the inconsistency. It's the
My alarm
lack
clock
of
plays a
accountability.
random
It's the
song from my
unwillingness to
Spotify
examine with
liked.
an uncompromising
It's actually
heart
pretty funny.
the words that they are speaking into the
Sometimes
world.
it springs
As
me out
though
of
there were
bed
no
with the most
consequences for a lack of cohesion in
heaviest,
one's
loudest
assessment of
music
others.
ever.
But of course,
Other times it's really
absolutely anyone
chill.
can leave a
Sometimes it's
review.
dance
So
music.
here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley Parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to
So
indulge in
mad.
every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we
just
are a
spring up to
people
your feet.
living in such bleakness and discomfort with
could see
ourselves
that.
our
Could picture that.
entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It
I'm gonna hold out for
absolutely
another
must
couple minutes
speak
here.
to who we are as people, because otherwise, without our entertainment, we have nothing.
I'm guessing about
Without
2 more
entertainment,
minutes.
We would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves.
I mean, someone
We would
took all the
turn
time to
look
write
at
this
our
stuff.
deeper nature and find a
Might as well.
resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression. And so because of this, we require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so impossibly captivating that they consume all of our attention, turn our
thing
heads
needs some water.
completely away from the bleakness. In effect, we have demanded that our entertainment be the collapse of ourselves. What a pitiful reflection of humanity these entertainments are. What a shameful mirror
there's
to the
1
human
minute.
spirit they project. I'm not mad. I'm not
loops
mad about any of
eventually,
this.
Louise?
I'm at peace with it. I am the calm center
Okay,
of
cool.
gravity around which these perversions hurl themselves.
That's
I am a
badass, Oda.
waypoint
I did
for
not do that.
reasonable and collected discourse.
I'm not a
They're
morning
the
person,
ones who
believe
are
it or
mad.
not. Well,
They're
I'm
the
not a
ones who
waking
couldn't
up
stand the
person.
idea
Once
of
I'm awake,
me
I'm fine.
using my game to try to say something. Maybe they were just jealous of me. Yes. Yes, of course.
They're just
They've
jealous.
been jealous of me this
It's
whole
the best
time.
cop-out. They're just
They
jealous.
are mired in fear and insecurity and cannot help but attempt to tear me down. What a sad state of affairs. When you read these reviews now, you can see it. You can taste the bitter resentment. And my, how good does it feel now to speak truth to these words, to finally allow these thoughts out, contained and managed for so long, neutered and sterilized. At last I am free to truly think, to feel. It must be that they were so discontent with themselves that they couldn't help but leave a negative review on pressurized gas.
Pressurized
Perhaps it says
gas.
far more about them than it ever said about me. Perhaps the state of their psychological being was in such tatters, and my constitution and willpower are so ironclad in comparison. Perhaps it was this state that they sought some outlet through which to tear me down. This, you can see, is clearly why they felt the need to expect that the game be funny, that it be filled with yucks and whimsical humor.
Yucks and whimsical
But
humor.
they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes?
There we
They
go.
bemoaned,
That's the
they
loop.
screamed, they
Yep. Pavel, you wake up before your alarm too? I have a hard time doing that. I have a white noise machine that turns off at 7 o'clock on weekdays. Once the white noise turns off, I'm good. But as far as waking up without that happening, if nothing changes, I just stay asleep. Okay, is there a door? Is there anything? No. I know someone spent a long time.
Is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is
Oh,
never
I like
the
this.
end, is never the 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 end.
Enough of that. That's enough. That's enough. I don't want to hear that anymore. Just waiting for the button to pop. There you go. Oh no, what happened? The world has changed significantly. I hear the outside. Can I go outside? Hang on, hang on. I hear air rushing in from somewhere. This is a no. There's no way. How cool. This is really fascinating. Okay, good. So you need a little help too. What I'm saying is people like Oda Drebab are weird. Just kidding, buddy. Oh, life finds a way. Hope none of that is poison ivy. Life found a way, and now it's gone. I hear something sounds kind of freaky. Right, like I'm just fast forwarding through life. This is like the premise for that bad Adam Sandler movie, Click. Oh no. Oh yes, yes, thank God. It looks like the world has collapsed on itself. Oh. Speaking of TV shows, another show this makes me think of I'm watching is Silo. It's really good. If you like that kind of thing. It's kind of got a little bit of a Fallout vibe to it, but not really. Just the fact that they live in the vault. Nice quote, Luis. It's funny, did we both just reference Fallout at the same time? I think we did. Did we just become best friends? That's wild, Oda. I like how you're like, I hate it. Silo's good. I'm in season 2. It's good. First season was satisfying. Tim Robbins is in it. The mom from Dune. I don't remember her name. Well, that was interesting. So I was in there for the eternity of time until there was nothing left on the earth and the world was just covered with sand and destruction. Hey, look, there's a missing... Oh, no. I was going to say, I thought that was a missing texture, but it's not.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
That was a long ending.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Nice new content. That was cool. New content? I'm going to keep going. I'll come back to this. It's a good show. The basic premise is sort of like Fallout, that where they live in a vault, but I won't tell you anything else. It's good. I think it's on Apple's TV service. I totally watch it on Apple's TV service. Definitely. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a thing. I like that.
Stanley came to a set of two open content. Doors. He entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna go mess around in the mind control thing. I want to press those buttons, see what happens.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Yada, yada, yada.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Oh no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all.
Noted, Rudy.
I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
All right, I just had to try it out. It's cool he reacted the way that he did. I watched a little of The Expanse, not the 100.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What is this? Oh, I want to read that. What is this?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Maybe.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
We're in another loop.
As Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example,
did I just crash a PlayStation game? Oh my god. I don't think I can't remember the last time I crashed a PlayStation game. Wow, I'm used to crashing PC games. That's easy. Wow. Okay. Is this real? Or is this in the game? I'm confused.
all of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
Okay, so this is probably not part of the game. That's a real error.
As Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange...
It's got to be part of the game, right?
For example...
All right, accept and report. This is really deep. That's a deep cut. If this is part of the game, that is a deep cut. It happens to you a lot with Red Dead Redemption 2 and online. I've never had, not that I can remember. I can't remember the last time a PlayStation game. Congratulations. I played it so hard that it crashed. Let's just count that as, that's canon. That's part of the game. That crash was canon. Well, I'm going to have to see if I can recreate the crash. Trophy earned. Boom. Crashed. Those 2.5 hours straight. So I wondered now, is it going to remember? I don't remember how this works because told me to enter my favorite time. And I think my favorite time is lunchtime. So I'm going to, hey, nope. My favorite time is lunchtime. I like it. 12 p.m., your favorite time of day. You got it, narrator. It's originally from 2013, but this remake was from 2022. Hey, Robin, what's up? How are you? After all, I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Okay, yeah, we should do that. Okay, now I'm curious how accurate 12 is. Let's use another slider to find out. Pretty inaccurate. It's 9:30 in the morning here. You know, can I just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. Just having fun as a member for 5 months. Thank you so much. This has been fun, and part of what makes it fun is you. Thank you. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data. It is. I wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders that I have. Perhaps I can invent some new sliders to gather new data on you. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, let's whip a couple new ones up. Should be ready by the next time we boot up the game. Okay, cool. Just crash again and we can play. Okay, let's get back into this. I want to go that same route. Excuse me. Saturday morning voice. It's just a thing. Oh, okay. Welcome back. Trophy earned. Quit the game and then start it again. That's a great trophy. All right, let's see if I can go straight back.
What could it mean?
I think my plan was to go through the left door.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm going to stay away from the new content. No problem. Robin, if you're bored and you end up for some reason being a morning girl tomorrow at 7 o'clock, I'll be playing some short films in Discord. Like stuff
Stanley
less than 30 minutes, random stuff.
He entered the door on his left.
The crash was definitely on purpose. I'm believing that is canon. That's canon. That's part of the story. The fact that it gave me a trophy when I came back, they forced that.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to... Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on.
It's forgotten. It forgot what I did.
Upstairs to his boss's office.
Let's try this again. This is where it crashed.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my coworkers seriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical
MC
sense.
Kidlet?
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
You have to knock out the puppy to get some sleep. I know that first, 60 days of having a puppy is tough.
Automatically behind him wherever he went. And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
It was legit. I'm from my experience, it's canon.
This is all too strange. This can't be real.
That was really funny.
And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation.
I'm great.
His co-workers
Thanks for stopping through.
Gone. He wasn't
welcome to the Mustang.
his job. He wasn't crazy.
Don't forget to like
all.
and subscribe. It helps me a lot.
To himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun.
This is fun.
Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley.
That's awesome, Robin. Thanks for the
After
update.
all,
Glad
he knew for
she has a buddy to
certain
play with.
beyond a doubt that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently.
It's your favorite
and he
kidlet?
invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my
Right,
life
Luis.
exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
This is fine. We're fine. This is fine.
I am okay.
Nope. Still dreaming.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real.
Oh, he's gonna pop. He's gonna pop.
Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Don't let it get...
Everything went black.
Yeah, that's aneurysm. That's not good. Don't go too crazy. You gotta
This is the
keep yourself
story of
calm.
a woman named Mariella.
Okay.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy.
We saw this picture in the museum.
Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind.
It's that same car.
I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a
Top-down
moment
view.
that she
Love
stood
it.
there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
I played Red Dead Redemption 2 like this a little bit. It's really frustratingly bad. Well, that was interesting. That was the car that he kept running by, too. That was a cool ending. I like that. That was nice. I'm going to go back and try and count how many endings I got today.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Thanks to
What
the
could it
advice.
mean?
Thanks for the advice,
Stanley
too.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All right, I'm going to do... There's new content, and I kind of want to see what that is. So I'm going to go check that out. Let's go.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign.
I did.
Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay, let's do it. I'm down for the ride. Let's go. It depends. It depends. There's certain things I think that'll be very hard to do. But maybe. It'll be fun. I definitely will play this randomly. I love this game. There's something about it. I don't know if they... It looks pretty much the same, but they might have increased like the speed or like the frame rate or something. Graphics, I don't know if they look better or if it's just PS5 and a better monitor than last time I played this game, which is possible.
You see, Stanley,
Yeah,
I've
it's
been
new.
reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version
know.
has turned
I
out
know,
to be.
I almost missed it.
The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense.
Mrs. Muss.
I say we take it one step even
With
further.
great responsibility,
Which is
something,
why
something,
I'm
something.
very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
What the hell? The end is never the end again. 427. Oh god.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel, an entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
It's Rudy's birthday? Taste the sequel, new and tasty. Kidlet says they think they just ported the game and added some fun. Yeah, it's probably, I'm on some nicer monitors. I bought them a few years ago. And they added this new content.
It's just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
Oh, God.
Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there.
It's a dope office.
future-oriented.
I like the
It screams
brutalist
progress and innovation
architecture of it.
and long-term franchising potential.
I'm a big fan of brutalism with architecture. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I. There we go. Just remember, folks. The 5:30 show is totally different than the 7:30 show. Yeah, this is cool. I would live like this. Like, I'd love to have a house made with this kind of architecture. It seems kind of cold, but I think you can make it really cool. That sounds stupid. It seems kind of cold, but I think you can make it pretty hot. That sounds better. Oh, Buster, you're gambling on people's birthday. Okay, okay. You and I. This is a great song. Good classic. They're playing on not Apple computers, but Ravens. Okay. The Muss record label. Yeah, awesome. Oh, that'd be so fun. I'm pretty sure they sell these at my local Home Depot in exactly the same pot. More proof that we're just living in a simulation. They're back. The two doors. This is cool. This is a nice, like, kind of dig on the idea of, like, this game development company trying to repackage the same game to make a sequel. More of the Stanley Parable. 2 better Stanley Parable. Win-win. 1-2. Sequential mind share. Paradigm shift. More synergy. Brick and mortar approach. Envelope client-centric marketing. These are all, like, crappy buzzwords that people use. The color red. Leverage holistic value. 2 is better than 1. This is really fascinating. I like the new stuff that they added to this game. There's 2 Stanleys. Look at that. It's the meta offices. Those have gone through some changes this week. People are
Now,
pissed.
to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I
My
figure
transatlantic
that if I can loosely organize
California
a handful
Girls
of
song.
interesting concepts,
Members,
then
you can
surely
listen
the
to it
game
anytime
will
you
sort
want.
of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Who took the red marker? Me. Scrum, that's a software development process where you like meet up and split up the work and decide how long it's going to take. Their break is 5 minutes long. 11:30 to 11:35. The number 2 chat is at 12:02. We had number 2 chat. We talked about poop yesterday. That was actually pretty funny. I was laughing about that. All this random marketing art is really cool. I love graphic design. And that font is really slamming. I like it. New features, new content. Oh, there's a little thing. This is nice. It's like standing in line for a ride. These velvet ropes. Love it. All right, what's the new feature? Show me. Man, I'm such a sucker for this concrete brutalist art. So cool. Sometimes we do. Mostly we talk about food, but sometimes we gotta talk about what food becomes.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Okay. The button that says the name of the player that's playing the game. What? Hear your name in the game. Really?
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want?
The road to the perfect button.
The first and most
Too
obvious
big.
answer
Too
is
small.
that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful? Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But
Jim.
of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here,
typical.
let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just
Okay.
play along. I
All right,
promise you'll love it. Okay,
Wow.
here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are,
Okay.
and simply become a person named Jim.
I am Jim.
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply?
I do.
Are you
I'm
really,
Jim.
truly Jim right now?
I identify
If
as
so,
Jim.
then please step forward and press the button. Yes, you see, what a
That's
thrill,
really good.
what a rush. That was
His
you.
laughter is so-
The button
so
describes
infectious.
You. Do it again, do it again.
Do it again. Do it again. Okay.
It hits even harder the second time.
I like
If
it.
this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
That's hilarious. It's a feature that doesn't even work. It just says Jim. And he's emotionally drained from it. This is awesome. Awesome space. That's so cool. What else we
I suppose
got?
I could allow only people named Jim to play the
Jim.
Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Please no screenshots. Well, I probably will break. Ah, look at the flooring in the office. They put new carpet in. Red is the new orange. Someone's phone is ringing. Oh, the baby's all grown up. I burned this baby earlier. You want to hear it again? Okay. All right, we can hear Jim a few more times. We'll torture the narrator. He's emotionally drained. I can't believe the baby is all grown up with his suit or his shirt and tie, his button down and his tie. That's cute.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
You'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are. They do grow up so fast. His head and his face didn't grow, but the rest of his body and his intellect seem to grow. Why is this too different than all the other ones? It's just like one little different two there. It's odd. This is hilarious. That is so funny. Yeah, I'll take the screenshot. It did not know, but there's a phone ringing somewhere near me. I mean, that back in the day, that would happen on like your computer speakers if your cell phone rang. I remember that. The new updated ray traced, more of the same, but in a good way, sequel. Consistent quality with just the right amount of change. Schween shaders. New features, new content, new ideas. The button that says the name of the player. Ooh, jump circle. We're gonna jump again. Oh, that's rad. Look at that. Can you find them? Can you collect them all?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real
It's
video
beautiful, isn't it,
game. In
Robin?
the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative
Right, Rudy?
is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Oh, how do I get out of here? I still have a Nextel phone. Somebody's going to chirp me in a minute. I'm about to collect a collectible of Stanley. And look at everyone reaching for the collectible, but it is mine. I will take this collectible. There's nothing you can do about it. Okay, fair. All right, so there's more of them here.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
I'm gonna go free new and easy trophy. I can't believe it's that simple. I'm gonna go back to collectibles in a second. New and easy trophy. Pull the lever, receive your new trophy. No more steps, it just works. Get yours right now.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. It's a simple... Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world
Give
who will
it.
be uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
I remember when wireless phones first became popular, someone's voicemail saying, "Hey, I can't come to the phone right now because I'm probably text messaging." Something to that extent. Like, if you were text messaging, you couldn't answer the phone for some reason. I don't remember, but I just remember that. And yes, I remember everybody buying ringtones, which now the last thing I want isn't sound to come out of my phone. This is a jump circle. Let's do it. This is a good joke because jumping is so important in Half-Life 2.
Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle.
I did. That sucks.
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Damn it. All right, I'm going to go back up here to see if I can grab another collectible. It might be just as stupid easy. Yeah, either everyone had the same ringtone or they had a custom every time. The custom ringtones were funny. So like you'd be standing in line at McDonald's or something, and then in front of you, like somebody's phone would just start blowing up with like the most random things. Thankfully, now I have a watch that just vibrates a little bit when I'm getting a phone call. I don't like the sound at all. Jump circle, 5 this map. Okay. The trophy, the button that says your name. Merch. Where's Zed? Okay. Settings, world champion. Stanley Parable reassurance bucket. Infinite hole. Okay. If you call Oda before 7, someone better be die. That's awesome. Please, no screenshots. I'm gonna try and take a screenshot again in here.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
This one's wacky, so I'll go with that.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Wonderful. I like that. That's true. Sometimes when you solicit someone's... Oh, and all the pictures have it.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
That was the wrong choice, apparently. What we got for merch? I like merch. Oh, I'm going to have to see where that brings me. It brings us... Welcome to the official website of the Stanley Parable. A sequel, huh? Watch our helpful and informative video to learn more about the Stanley Parable and what the journey of becoming a sequel is all about. Huh. You can join him on Twitter. That's kind of neat. I like QR codes in games. I liked it when Alan Wake did that. Okay, what else we got here? There's got to be something that I haven't seen yet. We saw the button that says Jim. That changed. It used to say to the person's names, office decorations. I think I did this already. Yeah, that's where I just came from. I don't want to leave yet. Reassurance bucket. Again, love this. This kind of reminds me of Control a little bit. The video on the QR code's funny. Okay, I'll check it out later.
Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game.
I feel like it's pretty rare,
Parable,
but it is nice. Smart.
You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
Okay.
You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable.
It makes it more like immersive, like it's the real world.
Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
This feature changes everything.
Can you feel it?
His
The glow
laughter.
of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
Hey, the bucket
In fact,
actually does make me feel pretty
Can I say
good.
that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Oh,
I think that just holding it
Tell me
has
more.
made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
wow, this is wonderful. Now that I have the bucket, I feel like way better. Just makes me really happy.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game?
I'm
That
saying.
really should be an award if it isn't already.
This is awesome. I have a bucket. I brought my bucket. What's in this little doorway here? You heard Jim in the game. I did. Ooh,
An
epilogue.
epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley?
I mean,
Yes,
kind of.
Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Where is this Hole of Despair or whatever it was called? Settings World Champion Infinite Hole. What is the bucket's name? It's a good question. Yeah. Despair, Infinite, same thing. I'm gonna go check out what's up here. Settings World Champion. What? Okay, you won't let me in there. I will go to the Infinite. I think I got everything else. It's an exit. I'm not doing that. We're going Infinite. I like how the bucket makes like a slight rattling noise while you're walking too. So it's not just this random thing. Time and depth. Falling. Okay. Opening. Surrounding area. Depth. Infinite. Showing that it goes down through the layers of the earth. Infinite hole chart. More hole. Science. Falling. Hole entrance. Okay, let's go. That sounds fun. Infinity sounds
Stanley,
like a good
here's an
time.
idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game.
Wait, what
This
happens
is
if I
in
go up?
fact a
I
hole
can't.
that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Oh, okay. All right, James. Good to know. That makes sense. I just have to change all the settings. I could actually do that right now, right? Can't I just go into the settings and change the field of view and the camera sensitivity and invert everything, turn off controller vibration, change the language to, so I don't really get lost, we'll leave it in Spanish. Subtitles off. Turn on the reticula. And we'll change this from a punto. I guess we can't. Just punto is the only choice. It's going to break everything, I think. Change the volumes.
This is the story of...
And simplified controls. You can press any button? What? Oh, you have to try. Oh my God. Yeah, well, I'm kind of halfway there. You mean like you have to move all the sliders as to everything that they could possibly go?
This is the story of a man named...
That's insane. How would a person have figured this out?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a...
Stanley. Love it. So you just need to change it to every option just once. I don't have to like save my settings. This is done. So, yep. My God. Okay. This is insane. This is like a game all in itself. I'm already dedicated to this, so I'm just going to figure it out. I know, language is a little scary. Thanks, MC Kidlet. The thought counts. Appreciate it. Oda, you feel like I could just do this in English? All right. I like that. Off on small, medium, large, very small, small, medium, large. Robin, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. It went to Marine, Assassin Spot 34, Slick Wolf 29, Toxic, and Spitfires. All 5 successful. Thank you so much. And Buster, give Nova some pets for us. I can't believe that actually worked. Thank you, Robin. So I guess eventually it'll give me a trophy or something to let me know that I'm ready to do that. Well, that reticle's too big. This is so wacky. This is the strangest thing. Let's see. Let's see what happens. I'm pressing all the buttons. Hey, Slick Wolf. That would be just having fun. So I did field of view, camera sensitivity, invert, controller vibration. Did all this. Yep. Got all this done. The bumpscosity. There we go. Trophy earned. World champion. So honestly, I wonder if I could have just hit reset all. Oops. I think I could have just hit reset all, and that would have touched all the settings. Let's go back up. We're doing it. I think that's the trick. I probably could have just hit reset, but that was fun. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. Let's go see this special room, whatever it may be. I know I'm usually done by this time of day, but I'm just going to keep going. FYI, Mrs. Muss, I got to finish this ending, so I got stuff to do.
Ah, I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion trophy. Well done. You've experienced every setting, traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen. So
That's right.
Just for you,
It's all
in
about
the
the
Stanley
journey.
Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting, something called bumpscosity. What exactly
Bumpscosity.
is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider and that it'll be accessible from the settings menu. We'll sort out the rest of the details later. I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
Fair. What is bumpscosity? I need to know. Bumpscosity. Let's try it at 1. Okay. Oh, it goes from 1 to 12? This is fantastic. I'm glad they gave this to me. The bumpscosity at 12 is actually a little bit better than at 1. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at that. What was that? The door shut? Let's turn it up again. To 50. It changes the number of bumpscosits. Yeah. Is this really new? I think I did this already. Oh? Oh no, this is the epilogue, right? $50's too much. Well, I gotta try it all. So 50's quite pleasant. 76. I like how it just randomly chooses numbers. Oh wow. Wow, it's very, I can actually like, it smells at 76. It has like a little bit of an odor. Too much. This is too much. Can you smell it? I smell it. The bumpscosity is it's a setting. This is really cute. Oh, and it goes higher than 100. It goes to 1,000. Oh my god, the bumpscosity. Look at this. It smells like burning. It is. It's actually at 100. I started tasting it. I taste bumpscosity. Let's go to 1,000. This thing goes to 11. We're cranking it. Ooh, wow. Ooh, ah, the bumpscosity. I'm just gonna leave it on this setting for the rest of the game. It's like playing it on hard mode. It doesn't actually do anything. It's a funny word. It's a made-up word. You can feel it. So now we can smell it, taste it, feel it, buy it, use it, mix it, now upgrade it. Whoa, man, that's, I think the bumpscosity kind of.
You see, isn't it wonderful?
This is awesome.
One of my more ingenious
Hey, where's the subtitles?
concoctions, if I do say so. Now
Wait a second, I need the subtitles. I forgot I reset them.
then, since you've gotten to see the infinite
It's real, okay?
hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Nope, I want to see how deep this thing goes.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Why? There's nothing but infinity where I'm going. I hope it permanently
Stanley,
affects
I don't
my
know
stream.
quite how to say this
Hope the
tactfully, but
bumpscosity
it's possible
stays.
that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is
It mellows out.
Infinite?
You see that
that sort
maybe
of
we've
depends on
mellowed
your
out.
definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley.
A new mug.
I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
I love how he's scolding me.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean.
Sure.
Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
It's mostly.
If it works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
I'm gonna wait a second or two just to see if he's gonna like bother me about getting up to the top. Someone came down here and like chain smoked an entire pack of cigarettes or more than one. I like this too. This note says every pause button is the Roman numeral 2. They're really getting into this Stanley Parable 2 thing. All right, he's not going to talk anymore.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
They changed the sign, mostly infinite hole. I like it. I like how dynamic the game is. And on that first 2.5 hour run, the game knew what I did and it loosely kept track of it. I think that's pretty cool. It doesn't seem to be taking as much care to keep track at this point. Music? In the hole again? Sure. Yeah, that's right. It seems like everything in this game you want to do at least twice. Music is pleasant. Okay, by popular demand, we're going back in the mostly infinite hole.
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you.
It is me.
The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal
pretty fun.
person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in
And you can
there
see
than
that
you
the
did
light is
before.
bigger.
I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
Had enough? I'm positively thrilled.
Should we go again?
I really do have so much
Third
more
time's
to
the
show
charm.
you
The
and
rule
to
of
talk
threes.
about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime.
Oh yeah, we're gonna torture this guy. Go on in.
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow.
That's even shorter.
Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible
awesome.
to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Okay.
Well, there it is.
Oh,
the shame
well.
of my lie has come to... How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes,
I
but
can't
at
get
this
out.
depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
It's fine because I have my bucket.
Is the, teleport
It's not working.
button not working? You sure?
No, I'm stuck.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still
Got
nothing.
nothing.
Well, I suppose
Should have saved my jumps.
Fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
You
couldn't
bastard.
dare to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole. I get to do literally
anything else.
Take care, Stanley. I hope you and
What
the
have I
hole
done?
have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
What have I done? I'm stuck in a maybe 2 feet deep infinity hole. Come back, narrator. What was that? Is this like a eulogy song? So I'm gonna die here? Maybe if I squat. Oh, here we go. This is your pug in front of the high couch edge. Okay, we're going down. Down, baby. Me and my bucket. My cigarette butts. Great little piano line, that's cool. Oh, we're third person now? It's just me with a bucket. I can't tell if I'm making that happen. I'm gonna do it on beat one more time. Change your perception. The song is made by the Chainsmokers. I see what you did there. Nah. Poor Stanley. Just a perfect day. Change reality.
My head's stronger. You're no longer.
That's so strange.
Peace of mind. My head's stronger. You're
So fun. So change your reality basically just changes. Whoa, what did I change into? Oh, wow. Stanley, what has happened to you, dude? And this music is crazy. Is Stanley upside down now? course he is. Kind of looks like he's got the head in the bucket. Easter Island.
Stanley? 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 Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland.
Oh, that's good.
But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back.
He almost went too deep. Tell me that it just loops, and I'm just here forever. Okay, that'll be the end of that scene. That was pretty good. Okay, it let me leave. All right, let me see if I can get...
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
I already did. The reassurance bucket. Let's see, the list. Stanley Parable reassurance bucket. Got it. Office decorations, mostly infinite hole. Got all that stuff. Saw merch. The gym. Collected a little statue. I think I'm going to try and go for the exit now. Believe the exit was over here by collectibles. Yeah. Let's go. See if I missed anything. Nope. Looks like I got everything. Oh, that sounds like a big win. Exit this way. Good looting, dude. Yeah, let's go.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready
think
to
so.
move on now?
Yeah, I think I'm good. Lots of great art in this scene. Graphic design was off the top, over the top. A new mug. Awesome. Thank you, Robin. Thank you so much for supporting the channel the way that you do. I appreciate you. Have a great day. Jesus, that is a huge equipment box. Oh my gosh.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but
Sure.
I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful
Rad.
gameplay experience.
Unknown. That game looks wicked fun. I just got killed
Okay.
a lot when I tried to play it.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Brr.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort
Sure.
of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
New carpets.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well,
I'll give it another
insert
shot,
a few of
Unknown.
my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
Now you're
Possibly
talking.
work?
It could.
I
It could
suppose
work.
it could, but it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
This is going to kick me back to the main menu. I like it. I like this is really nice. It's very pretty. I love this piano sound. It sounds like something Trent Reznor would make for a movie soundtrack. It's really got that like Nine Inch Nails, Trent Reznor vibe. All right, well, let's start the game. Is that my new load screen? Do I get that to forever? Because I'm into it.
This is the story of a man named...
This is the story of a man named Stanley. The Stanley Parable delivered once again. I want to see if there's
All his
new
co-workers were
content.
gone. What could it
Oh,
mean?
look,
Stanley
balloons.
decided to go to the meeting
Get well
room.
someday,
Perhaps
balloons.
he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, the new title screen is pretty slick. I like that. And the balloons. I chose these balloons. Well, no, I didn't. It's permanent now. Wonderful.
Stanley felt the bucket calling to
Aw,
him.
no more
begging
new
him to
content.
Pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
Bucket? Where's the bucket? Oh. Hi.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
It's no longer the Stanley Parable. It's the sequel. All right, so now I have a bucket. And it does... It's helpful. Well, damn. Stanley Parable delivered once again. And the sequel is just that much better. I don't know what my favorite part was. The baby game was pretty funny. That was unexpectedly funny. I think also the blue door ending was cool, where you got to be in like Firewatch, which I'm told is a fun game. I've not played it. And then in Rocket League, it was cool. That was really fun. I will play this again on Friday, I think it's got at least 2 more hours to play. The bucket changes the whole game. I love it. Yeah, I'll be back on Friday. So my schedule's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I play at 3 p.m. Los Angeles time from 3 to 5. And then Saturdays I play early in the morning at 7 o'clock. So Monday and Wednesday this week are going to be Red Dead Redemption 2. And then Friday I'll play this game. And we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I've got, I got a good schedule. You can rely on it. I'll be here. Thank you, Unknown. And for those of you who are in Discord, one last reminder, I'm sort of beating a dead horse here, but tomorrow at 7 o'clock Los Angeles time in the morning, 7 a.m., I'll be playing like a handful of short films in Discord so we can just watch them. Some of them are funny. Some of them are action. Some of them are like exciting. I try to stay away from anything like sad or depressing because I don't want to see that on a Sunday morning, but it should be pretty fun. So if you can make it, stop through. Hey Progs, thank you. And everybody with the Mustang logo, thank you for supporting my channel. Arthur, thanks for the gift memberships today. And once again, thanks again to Just Having Fun for them. New subscribers, appreciate you. It's good to see you. Pavel Pro, I'll see you soon. This was fun. What a cool game this is. Really a good time. And the depth at which they've taken it with all the new features is really fascinating. 30 likes, wonderful. Yeah, I can link the Discord right here. I think. There you go. There's the Discord. Hop right in there, read the instructions. It'll tell you what to do, James. Yeah, the new features are really good. And I think there's a bunch of stuff. If I had to like guess, I probably saw like 7 or 8 endings today, I think. Maybe 10. But I think there's like 20 or more. So there's definitely more gameplay here. And I will happily, at least on Friday afternoon, this will be a great Friday game. And to Rando's point, maybe we make it a drinking game. Just kidding. I wouldn't drink on stream. That would be probably not very well liked by the YouTube gods. Anyway, I'm going to go find some more tea. I hope you guys have a great weekend. For those of you in Discord, I'll see you tomorrow morning. And I'll be there all day and all night anyway. But I'll see you tomorrow morning for sure. And we'll do our little first ever short film fest. There's 20 endings plus the bucket gives you 20 more. Interesting. I wonder if the bumpscosity changes it too. All right, cool. I'll stay with it. I'm down. I'm down. It's been great playing. Thank you guys. And again, welcome newcomers. Glad to meet you. Have a good day. Be good to yourself and each other. And of course, peace, love, and burritos. Signing off.